The question of why women supposedly can't drive is one that often resurfaces and fuels numerous debates. However, this is primarily a deeply rooted stereotype that has persisted in our societies for decades. Driving is perceived as a naturally masculine skill, while women are often relegated to the role of passengers. This widespread belief has no scientific or rational basis but is instead shaped by biased perceptions and social conditioning, which influence how men and women approach driving. The influence of gender stereotypes. One of the main factors behind this belief is the impact of gender stereotypes. Historically, cars have been associated with masculinity, power, and freedom, while women have been confined to more passive roles in public spaces. This representation has been heavily reinforced by the media, cinema, and even certain educational narratives. As a result, some women may feel more hesitant behind the wheel, not due to a lack of skill, but rather a lack of confidence. They grow up with the idea that they will never be as competent as men in this domain, which may lead them to adopt more cautious or hesitant behaviors on the road. Biological differences, fact or fiction. Some studies have highlighted slight differences between men and women in terms of spatial perception and reaction time. On average, men tend to have slightly faster reflexes and better visual spatial coordination, while women excel in stress management and planning. However, these differences are minimal and have no significant impact on driving ability. Driving is, above all, a skill acquired through practice and experience, regardless of gender. A good driver is someone who can anticipate, adapt to road conditions, and follow traffic rules. Road safety statistics challenge the stereotype. Traffic safety statistics strongly contradict the idea that women are bad drivers. In most countries, men are responsible for the majority of serious accidents. According to several studies, they account for approximately 75% of drivers involved in fatal crashes. This overrepresentation is largely due to riskier behavior, speeding, driving under the influence, aggressive driving, and impulsive decision-making. In contrast, women generally adopt a more cautious driving style, which may give the impression that they are less confident, but ultimately results in a much lower accident rate. It is no coincidence that insurance companies often offer lower rates to female drivers, as they statistically cause fewer accidents. The role of social pressure and confidence. Lack of self-confidence plays a crucial role in how women are perceived as drivers. Some may be more hesitant when maneuvering or take longer to react in complex situations, not because they are incapable, but because they are constantly subjected to social pressure. Honking, impatient remarks, condescending attitudes, and mockery, all these behaviors contribute to increasing stress and reducing their comfort behind the wheel. This hostile environment can sometimes lead to mistakes under pressure, further fueling the cliché that women drive poorly. Early driving experience and learning opportunities. Another key factor is how driving is learned. In many countries, men have more opportunities to practice from a young age, whether through driving in a family setting or having more exposure to motor vehicles. Conversely, women are often less encouraged to start driving early, which can delay their confidence behind the wheel. Yet, like any other skill, driving improves with experience. A woman who drives regularly will develop the same reflexes and ease as a man. Challenges faced by women on the road. Beyond prejudices, women also face specific challenges when driving. They are frequently victims of intimidation on the road, dealing with impatient drivers who pressure them. Additionally, since automotive mechanics has traditionally been perceived as a male-dominated field, some women feel less comfortable handling vehicle maintenance or dealing with breakdowns. Conclusion: a question of confidence, not competence. The notion that women can't drive is nothing more than a misguided stereotype, shaped by decades of social conditioning rather than any real differences in ability. While some women may appear more hesitant behind the wheel, this is largely due to societal expectations, lack of early driving exposure, and constant scrutiny rather than a lack of skill. The reality is that women cause fewer accidents, drive more cautiously, and are statistically safer on the road than men. Ultimately, driving is a skill that anyone, man or woman, can master through practice, experience, and confidence. The real question should not be whether women can drive, but why outdated stereotypes still persist despite evidence to the contrary.